Hey guys, this is your friend Maverick, and I'm very excited to bring you my first movie review video. And today I'm going to do a movie review of the Siddharth Malhotra, Fawad Khan, and Alia Bhatt starrer Kapoor and Sons. Yes, I know that Kapoor and Sons is going to get released tomorrow in India, but since I live in Dubai, I was able to catch the movie first day, not at the first show, but technically the second show of the day. And because it's the weekends here starts on Friday, so Bollywood movies get released a day earlier. And as a proof for you all, here is my ticket. As you can see, it says Kapoor and Sons, March 17th, 4:30 p.m. and also the price. So, little warning before I proceed with my review that I'm going to talk in detail about the movie's plot and there might be mild spoilers. So you've been warned already. So let's go ahead and do this review. Kapoor and Sons is directed by Shakun Batra, who had earlier directed the Kareena Kapoor and Imran Khan starrer Ek Mein Aur Ek Tu. That movie was a flop in the commercial sense, but the critics had given some good fair reviews of the movie. Coming back to Kapoor and Sons, it stars Fawad Khan, Siddharth Malhotra, Alia Bhatt, Rishi Kapoor, Ratna, Pathak, Shah and Rajat Kapoor in the main roles. So as you all know, friends, it's a story about this family wherein Rishi Kapoor plays the grandfather, who is literally during the last stage of his life, and he invites the entire family to be together during his last days. And both these brothers, who are shown to be settled abroad, come back to visit their grandfather. So we come, and during the first half of the movie, we are introduced to Fawad's character Rahul Kapoor, who is shown to be living in London, and he is a successful author and entrepreneur. And his first book is a success, and clearly he's facing some pressures from his publishers to finish his second book. And apparently he is struggling to write the end chapter of his second novel. And then we are introduced to Arjun, who is Siddharth Malhotra, and he's shown to be settled in New Jersey, and he works there as a part-time bartender, and is also shown to be a Bollywood blogger and also an aspiring writer. Okay, now coming back to the story in India, Rishi Kapoor is obsessed with his death. Every day he literally rehearses his death sequence. There is one such hilarious sequence at the beginning of the movie, right when the movie begins, wherein we are shown his character in the intro shot, wherein he's shown to be sitting on the dining table, eating breakfast and also serving his dogs. And literally, during that sequence, there's one scene where he goes like, still. And we think, is he dead already? But now it's shown that he is actually rehearsing that, oh, I'm gonna die with a heart attack. Or sometimes he's shown to be putting ketchup on his, dress, and witnesses like, oh, what if, I get a heart attack, or if something, I die like this. So he brings some great comic relief. Then we are introduced to the parents, Ratna, Pathak, Shah and Rajat Kapoor, who play husband and wife, who are constantly at loggerheads with each other. Now, both these brothers come to India, and then the story moves forward. Now we're also introduced to the character of Alia Bhatt, who plays Tia, a young girl who is an orphan and who lives nearby Siddharth and Fawad's place, and she owns a big house and a neighboring tea gardens. And Fawad is interested to buy her house, her property, because he wants to convert it into something called like an artist retreat, wherein artists can come, relax and concentrate on their work. Okay, so without giving you much spoilers, let me have a word about the story. Kudos to Shakun Batra and the writers for actually coming up with a good storyline which focuses on this family. And the dialogues, very realistic. The photography is excellent. There are so many sequences that you, as a member of the audience, you literally feel that you are a part of it. The dialogues are so natural, devoid of melodrama, devoid of excessive background music score, and they are so well enacted. The characters literally breathe. They have given such a terrific performance, especially Ratna Pathak Shah, Rishi Kapoor, Rajat Kapoor, Fawad Khan. These four actors have invested such a lot in the characters and they bring them to life. And you don't feel as if they're acting. And since the situations on which they're crawling, now without divulging into much spoiler, I would say that in the first half there is a sequence about a plumber, and wherein it's actually, from a movie's perspective, it's a fight, it's a verbal argument, but the way it's presented to the audience is so fantastic. It is such a comic sequence that you will literally laugh your heart out. Okay? And it was so refreshing to see that, because usually of late Bollywood has resorted to all sorts of cliches to bring about laughter. And sequences like this stand out for their unique storytelling and they create acting and dialogue delivery. Kapoor and Sons has got a lot of sequences which will stay in your mind well after the movie for their excellent dialogues and acting shown by the characters. The main theme of the characters is there are a lot of things that goes on in every family which are shown in this movie, like extramarital affairs, second son syndrome, okay, an old man who can be grumpy at times, husband and wife not being able to look eye into eye, brothers suffering from their internal conflicts. So, coming to one of the important points of the movie, which was the casting of Alia Bhatt, and whether she would be able to stand on her own against these two much older guys than her. Trust me, guys, after watching the movie, I cannot think of any other actress who could have played this role of Tia as well as Alia did. And without revealing much, let me tell you something. Shakun Batra has not given too much of scope to Alia to perform as Tia. She is literally missing in the second half of the movie. She comes there for a brief part. There is one intense sequence that she really acts pretty well. You can really appreciate her acting in that one. But, she has something much to do otherwise. Okay. So, and now coming to some of the fine points of the movie. Great story, great acting by literally all the main characters. Okay, and another part that I really liked as a viewer was that for the first time you could see that this movie does not have many songs, and whatever songs it has, including the peppy party number Kar Gayi Chul, it's played as a background. It takes the story forward. You don't see the main characters lip syncing to that songs, and even the choreography is done and shown in parts and not as a continuous sequence. So you can literally see that the songs are not there as just as a hampering point, but they're taking the story forward. So these were some of the good points. Some of the not necessarily bad points, but some of the points that I observed that can really test the audience out was that towards the third act of the movie, even though it's excellent from an emotional part, and believe me guys, when I watch a movie, my idea is to really enthrall myself into the movie and visualize myself as being one of the members on whose eyes in front the movie is being played out, so that I can really enjoy the movie. If there's a sequence wherein I'm supposed to be laughing and it makes me laugh, I'll laugh my heart out. If there's a sequence which is high on emotions, can make you well up in tears, can show the character having a hard time, I can also feel that pain. I can also, get into tears easily. And believe me, guys, I was in tears in this movie. There are certain sequences in the second half which literally hit you on the head. Like, believe me, I could identify with the things that were happening on screen because I have personally been through those sequences in my life. And literally, when I can see the characters, shedding tears, trying to, live that moment out, I could feel that. I could feel that pinch. It hits me. So, hats off to the director for literally being able to connect with the audience with the emotional sequences. But there also lies a problem. Now, because the movie goes so much on the heavier emotional side in the second half that it loses its pace. It becomes a bit sluggish. Now, as an audience member, you might feel like, okay, you know what? I feel they are going a little bit too much overboard. They should, come down. And the climax appears. There are time jumps shown in the movie, and I believe literally the climax was a bit rushed. And it was like they make you go down, 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 down with all these emotional things. They hit you, hit you, hit you, and suddenly like, okay, boom. We know that we're running out of running time of the movie. Let's just bring the climax. So they could have, simmered a bit things down, edited a few parts out, and yet still that could have made the second half more appealing and not a tad boring for the audience. Now, because of this heavy second half with so much of emotional issues and dark skeletons tumbling out of each character's cupboards, because every character in this movie is shown to have something which is lurking inside of him or her, which creates this barrier of communication, this barrier between him and the other characters. And every one of them, each one of them are fighting their own battles. Except for the character of Rishi Kapoor, every one of the other major characters have a dark secret with them, which then gets unraveled towards the third act of the movie, and it really, shakes you, but at the same time can be a bit sluggish. So, because of this, I feel that especially the young audiences who will go in to see Fawad, who will go in to see Alia, Siddharth, might feel a bit okay, it's going on my nerves, being too preachy, I might not like it, kind. So I feel because of this movie can be more for the classes and not for the masses, like for a multiplex audience. Coming back to acting, the main standout performances are of course by Rishi Kapoor, Ratna, Pathak, Shah, Fawad Khan, Rajat Kapoor. They are complete in their roles. I thought that Fawad might play second fiddle to Siddharth in this movie, but no. Fawad has got so much to do. In fact, he's more in the movie than Siddharth, to be honest. He emotes excellent. He's damn good, even in comic sequences. Siddharth is also great as his younger brother, but clearly when you see stalwarts like Rishi Kapoor, Ratna, Pathak, Shah, and even Rajat Kapoor perform these emotional sequences with such great aplomb, you really feel sad for Siddharth because you can see him struggling to get up to a good level to match up to their standards, especially during the sad sequences or the heavy emotional sequences of the movie. Alia Bhatt gets nothing much to do. She stands out in one or two sequences. She's literally not there in the second half. She's there in the first half, and she follows a linear pattern of cracking out jokes and bringing a little bit lighter shades to the movie. Rishi Kapoor is a revelation as Dadu, especially his sequences with the iPad and his two sequences of conversations, one in the hospital sequence and the other in his room with his two grandsons. Wonderful, man. Hats off, Chintu. You are a great actor, Chintu ji. Alia Bhatt and Fawad Khan have one great sequence in the movie, and it is hilarious. I will not reveal it to you, That entire sequence, the date sequence, is great. Alright, so overall, friends, I would definitely tell you to go and watch Kapoor and Sons. It's a good movie. Go and watch this movie with your family. You will definitely enjoy it. On my rating, I would definitely say go watch in a theater, and out of 5, I would give Kapoor and Sons 4 stars. And thanks a lot, guys, for watching my videos. I will definitely post more in the coming days, and please give me your feedback through the comments below. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye bye.